Hey, welcome to Majestic Caveman, and this time I'm doing something a little different. We're doing a lightly edited thing, Formula 1 predictions with my friend Gabe. I burned myself out creatively lately, so I thought I'd just put out a video with a little intro at the beginning saying more stuff's on the way. It's kind of need a little break from everything. I know, I just got started, but I'm figuring everything out, okay? Okay, enjoy the video. You ready?
Let's just go ahead and get this out of the way. Who do you think is gonna take the cake this year?
So for my driver's champion chat, I put the current two-time world champion and probably future three-time world champion Fernando Alonso, baby. Let's go. No, I put Max. I'm not insane. I think Max has been driving out of his mind since he got, for like the last 3 years. Max has probably been one of the most talented racing individuals. And everything I see about him, I don't think he turns the racing part of his brain off.
I also said Max Verstappen, and that was very apparent yesterday.
Yeah.
Because Max was doing slow laps yesterday and put up a 131.
Well, that's not just Max. And I think Checo actually popped him today. I think he put out a better time.
That shit was crazy.
Yeah. Max also was on the... So Max was confident enough. So testing just happened. The reason we're doing this now is because F1 testing just happened. And so now we know vaguely how fast some of the cars are. We have some good ideas for what everybody's going to be doing, what the cars are going to be running like, right? And Max is so confident. He only did testing for the first day and the first half of the second day, which is the time. So the track is slowly going to get faster. And as the teams figure stuff out, the cars are going to be getting faster. Max took the slow days because he's a confident asshole. And I think he's going to win. I hate to admit it, but I think he's going to win it. A is going to be me. Hi, I'm Austin. G is going to be for Gabe. And we'll continue from there. Constructors, who do we got?
I'm actually going to take Ferrari there because I actually think that although Max Verstappen is a very good driver, do you know who I'm a firm believer is
not a good driver? What did Checo?
I wouldn't say not the greatest driver because he can definitely do good things, like intentionally spin at Monaco. Like, that was really good.
I can't believe nothing else came out of that.
Dude, yeah.
Am I insane for that?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's like actual like, I don't know if it's telemetry or like, well, there's actual like graphs to show that like it was
something happened. Yeah, something happened with that.
Which is kind of baffling. But yeah. I'm going to take Ferrari because I think, like if you look back at last year, Carlos Sainz had one of the worst fucking starts to a year.
Carlos had a bad start.
A good start, bro. I think they would have. Oh, dude, I think they would have done wonders, man.
I'd like to point out both of them got screwed over by strategy a lot. Carlos had 60 DNFs.
Yeah, that's what, dude. I mean, like what the first 3 races, I think he crashed out or some shit like that.
Well,
the first 3, but
that's not all. Some of that's on Carlos. Do you remember Australia? I remember Australia. If I'm trying to win this predictions, because this is for like, we said like what, $5? This is for big money.
Dude, $5 in a paperclip.
Yeah, paperclip. Okay, maybe half a paperclip. Let's chill out. I'm gonna write Red Bull because as much as Checo may not be the best teammate, that car, it looks insane again. That car looks fucking incredible. They've had no issues throughout all of testing. There's been no word. I've seen no rumors that they're like, oh, Red Bull's worried about this. They've been like, we've hit our targets. We're fantastic. They have the most consistent team right now. Christian Horner is the most veteran team principal at the moment. He knows what he's doing. That team is his baby. They still have Adrian Newey. There's just so much going for them, and I just hate to admit it, but this is probably Red Bull's 3rd year, in my opinion.
I could see it.
Yeah, I think Ferrari has a chance, but I also think Red Bull just has a better chance. Now, here we go with the interesting takes. Alpine does this good. It does good this season. I actually don't think that's a hot take. Yeah.
So, the last place driver kind of stumped me because I definitely think there's a few contenders.
I'll go ahead and talk about mine and explain mine, and we'll get to yours. So, I am an American man, and I like Logan Sargent as a driver. I think he's very good. I also think he's going to be in the slowest car, and he's a rookie. He didn't look incredible during testing. We'll see during the first few events in review. I want to review this every once in a while throughout the year. I do want to wait like 5 or 6 races, or maybe wait until the halfway point and do like a real review of it. But I honestly, I hope we're both way off base. Fuck it. What if Haas is fast, right? But
hell yeah.
Hello,
They
Blade.
saved that
Hi.
250 grand.
Hell yeah. That's such a good thing. Oh yeah, but Logan Sargent, I think of the rookies, I think he's in theory the least experienced. No. Okay, so out of the rookies, I don't think he's as fast as Piastri. I just hate to admit it. I don't think he's as fast. I think the Williams is going to be slow this year again. I just want Alpine to do good because haha, blue Zoom car. Well, that's what the Williams is for, right? But yeah, Logan, he's a new driver. I don't see him beating Albon personally. He's I think he's going to be a great talent, just not in the Williams.
I actually went ahead and said Nico Hulkenberg.
You think Hulkenberg is really going to come in last? This is the whole season.
I do. I have faith in the Sargmeister, bro. Because, like, I think there's very, like, glimpses of the William last year that made it look fast. Because, I mean, Albon placed what? I'm pretty sure he got points in the Williams last year.
I'm going to go ahead and say, now, I'll say for Williams' credit, this is the first time during testing they've actually used testing. Everybody thought the Williams was going to be fast going into last year, too, because they sped up at the end. And then they didn't make it to the first day of testing because the car literally wasn't finished. I think they're more on top of it, but just personal take. I don't think that Williams is going to be that good. I'm not here to convince you. I'm just going to write down your answer.
Hold on.
Okay.
Let me look at it. Okay, so if you look at just let me say this real quick.
Okay.
If you think it's slow now, it still has fucking paint on it. All I'm going to say. They have paint they can take off.
Yeah, they have some paint, and that did a lot of work, didn't it? They got to fit that battery. I'll be honest, just looking at that car, it just looks fat. I don't know. Who'd you say? Hulkenberg?
Yeah. I'm also just not a fan, bro.
I don't like Hulkenberg that much either.
I don't like the way he looks.
Okay, you just don't like... Oh, why don't you like Nico Hulkenberg? You don't like the way he drives? I don't like Germans. Dude, just not a big fan.
I wish they memed Nico Hulkenberg like they did Danny Rick.
Maybe.
I wish that was the thing.
So I think I've showed my hand a little bit. I think you've showed your hand a little bit too. Last place constructor. I'm voting Williams, and I think I said enough of why.
Go with AlphaTauri.
I don't think that's a bad pick at all either. I think the Alpha is going to be struggling this year.
I think if the car struggles already, you have to think with the looming speculation of like, we might like get sold or some shit, you know. I think that will only hinder their performance. Well, I could be wrong, but I don't know.
Does this work? What I wrote? Does this work for you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Red Bull Light.
Okay.
Zero sugar or some shit.
So the Red Bull Zero. I won't get that later. That's going to be weird. No, I'll get it, I guess. Whatever. Red Bull Light. So most drivers of the day awards. So if you don't know, this is basically a popularity contest. Oh, actually, maybe I made a mistake here. So I put Charles Leclerc because I think he's going to have some outstanding performances this year. And whenever
dude, come on. This is an obvious answer, bro.
I know, but listen. Charles has a habit of incidenting.
It's an incident.
At the very beginning, or getting screwed over and going from 20th to like second. This is my ballsy pick.
You have to think.
And then Max wins by 40 seconds.
Anywhere in the world, and it's like, oh my God, it's Lewis Hamilton.
Yeah.
It's Lewis Hamilton. You know?
It's Lewis Hamilton. Lewis got less driver of the day than Charles, though, last year.
Oh, dude.
He did.
I think if that car is faster, well, you have to think, if that car is faster, he probably will.
Okay. Who'd you write then? Was it Lewis?
It actually wasn't Lewis.
Yeah. Yeah. I think you took a smart pick here as well.
It was Max.
Yeah. Yeah. Verstappen. I think that's also. I think if you fill up this list,
it's definitely Max.
It's Max because people see him winning by 40 seconds and go, well, clearly it was him, which is kind of fair, TBH. He did win how many races last year? I think that's the best season of anything he's ever done. That was an outstanding performance by him. The Mick Schumacher Award. So this one's a little interesting. I couldn't think if I wanted to call it the Mick Schumacher Award or the Destructors Championship. So this is kind of an old Reddit thing, but I know it'll be done again this year because they've done it for 5 years. Well, I guess I don't really know. And if it doesn't happen, we just won't count it because it's 3 points and fuck it. But this is the driver that cost the most money, essentially. Mick managed to spend $5 million last year on 2 cars because he broke the chassis twice. I don't think one of them was entirely his fault. The other one fucking was. And it's why he doesn't race for Haas anymore, because he literally was too expensive. That's real. But yeah, this is to the driver who will cost him us money. But now Mick is gone. So who will it go to? Who'd you write?
I wrote George Russell.
I think that's a pretty
George
good
Russell
pick.
is a fucking man of mayhem.
I think
It's already proven that George Russell will crash into you and then fucking blame you
and
for it.
not only will he blame you, he'll go over and slap you on the head and flip you off and be like, "Why'd you hit me?" That's some
He's
shit
that
that
guy.
that's some shit that like we do playing like squad, right? Where you'll be in
exactly.
front of me, I'll shoot you in the back of the head and say, "He did it." Why'd you shoot me?
Oh, bro, he killed you, bro.
He did it. It was him. Like George Russell is classically. He will hit the back of your car, hit you with the crikey, and move on, and never think of you again.
Your shit IRL.
Yeah, I will write George Muscles for your answer. George Muscles G, and I think this is pretty safe because speaking of fiery drivers, Carlos Sainz. He did a lot of damage last year. If you really sit down and think about it, he crashed a lot of race cars, like a lot. He did. I actually don't think he was that far behind Mick, to be honest. When last time I looked. So yeah, I wrote Carlo. Oh hey Carlo. Carlos Sainz Jr. the second. Okay. Yeah, I think Carlos is gonna bottle the fuck out of it. Now here's where I confused Gabe, and I'm gonna do my best to explain what this means. So this is the most reliable team award. This is the team that's going to crash the least, but I figured it didn't really make sense to just like guess this one wrong and just be completely off base, right? Because then if somebody does, it just didn't seem right, yeah? Because it's kind of hard to tell. So what I did instead was, what we're gonna do, let's say I guess Mercedes, and Mercedes has the second most reliable car in the year. I will get 9 points for that. I'll get 9 points because I guessed that it was Mercedes and they were the second most. If I guess whatever's in first, I'll get 10. Third, I get 8, right? Makes sense? So, Gabe, who did you guess for this? Who do you think is going to be really fucking reliable? Mercedes. I think, I'm pretty sure that's what I put too. Yeah. And I think we can both explain it as they have been the least problematic. They just had no DNFs. They don't DNF. Not mechanically.
Yeah, mechanically they don't DNF. The DNF if they crash.
That car has been mechanically solid for so long. I think it's just well built. I think it's the amount of money in the program. The only thing that I think they've had issues with.
Okay, I have to interrupt. No, they take the fucking the liquid metal that the T1 or the the T2000 or T1000 is made out of, and then they fucking form the chassis of that car.
And then they put it all together.
It's Toto's baby.
Toto's baby. We will put it together. Oh my god, they took Toto. It's literally his baby. They put the Totonator in there. Holy shit.
The Totonator.
Totonator.
I would love to believe that is actual fact.
That's awesome. He crafted it himself. It's made of Toto. He formed it out. Now for the fun one. Least reliable team, and I don't think this one is as simple this year.
I don't either. That's why I put Aston Martin. Yeah. And I don't know if that's that great. But I think the thing that I was saying is I think that they'll try to make the car too fast that they'll fuck the car up.
See, and I'm wondering if you're right. And now you've said that aloud and I'm scared. I feel less confident.
That,
I think Alfa Romeo also.
I was going to say Alfa Romeo.
I think I was kind of surprised you didn't pick Alfa. Alfa Romeo.
They had a lot of gearbox issues last year.
They had a fuck ton of gearbox issues last year. They're having they already had a gearbox issue in testing, which I didn't realize until like 20 minutes before, which makes me almost want to switch it. Yeah. I don't think that's a terrible pick, but your one issue with that.
Joe had 5 DNFs last year.
Your one issue with that's a Mercedes engine. It is. It's so funny, right? They switched to a Merc engine the moment the Merc engine became slow. At least it's still reliable, I guess. Okay, Aston Martin. All right, G. Okay. I picked Alpine. And I feel like that may be the sleeper pick. This is I think I went a little crazy for that one.
Okay.
Now, I'm saying
the year that they French it up is the year they just fucking throw a baguette in the car?
I think this is the year they baguette way too fucking hard. And they, in fact, blow it up. Yes. including mechanical, or I'm not including like external sources, aka I'm not including George muscling his way into the Alpines, right? So this is going to be mechanical DNS only. This is going to be mechanical DNS only. But
he is fucking shredded.
Alonso, ooh, hold on, can you find a picture of shirtless George Russell and send it to me so you can pull it up? But yeah, I just remember every time I looked at the screen last year, it looked like Alonso was DNFing. And they are the smallest engine manufacturer. And if the Alpine's getting faster, I think on the realist note, you say Aston Martin's going to have issues when they turn their engine up. I think that Alpine is going to have real problems when they're cranking the power out of it. So I don't know. I think Alpine might be a good pick for it. They've never been the most reliable team anyways. So we'll see. I'm not that confident in this answer, if I'm honest. Those are just my reasons, right? So here's the fun one, because my God, this could literally be anybody under the top 3 teams. But lowest racing laps. And this is the driver that completes the least during the race laps throughout the year. I voted, I put Albon, because I have literally no faith. Okay. I have literally no faith in the Williams to this day. They managed to make the Mercedes engine not reliable. I'll look it up later.
Actually put Joe at 27 laps.
He's only going to do 27 racing laps.
Should have put Alfa Romeo as my least reliable team.
Just Alfa Romeo, the team. That would be bold. I think I'd give you bonus points if you just guessed Alfa. And you were right. As a team, they got less points.
Honestly, they probably will clock the least amount of laps.
I think Joe will. Kinda. I don't know. I think Albon's a good pick too. But I don't know. I feel like I fucked up on that one. I'm worried. Bright side, they'll probably be close. So I won't lose out that hard, no matter what.
Nice, Lando.
Now here we get to the interesting part. So instead of like trying to guess where each fucking driver is going to come in the championship, I think that's boring and just like too much thought. When I just think that's not really fair to guess that. Like, I think that's too much. You know what I mean? When we literally have no information. Like, testing doesn't fucking matter. No team took it flat out. I don't even think Red Bull was going all the way. The only team I think was really taking testing seriously was Aston. For some reason, they just decided to go full pace. Oh, and Alpha. I don't know why they were running quali sims, but good for them. So, who do you think between the Red Bull boys is...
That's easy, come on.
Yeah, all right. That's right. I threw you the softball. If you're wondering how I ordered it, it was not based off of how fast I think they'll be this year. It's based off of how fast they were last year. This is the Constructors' Championship from last year. So, Max, I'm going to write A/G, duh. And here I think we might differ. I didn't check yours. I vote Leclerc. I rate Leclerc.
Yeah,
who do you think?
Fuck. Leclerc. Well,
okay.
Come on.
Well, fucking, you liked Carlos last year.
I did, but did you see what he fucking did to me last year?
He did? Yeah.
He didn't reciprocate the love. Fuck that guy.
He didn't love you back. Oh, that's so sad. So next up we have Lewis and Russell. And I wrote Lewis.
Lewis, yeah. But Russell puts in good
Russell
laps.
puts in work. And I actually am gonna be weird and say, if the car's bad, I think Russell does better. I think Russell can get more out of a slow car.
Yeah, because he's been doing it.
He's been used to it. Yeah, he's been used to it. But I think Russell is just like more used to passing the slow fucks and like fighting and squabbling. And Lewis is used to a battle at the front. And it is different. It's a different skill set. But he's a 7-time champion with 100 wins. That just seems like such a lunatic thing to say. I don't know. Okay.
I don't know.
Okay. I wrote myself for Lewis. I'm going with my gut. I'm going with my gut feeling that I wrote when I was in the list. And here's, I think, probably the closest pairing. I think of all the drivers, I think these are the two closest. Pierre and Esteban. I will be...
Wait, who?
Pierre and... Oh, well, Gasly. Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon.
Goton, bro?
No, I don't. Fernando DNF'd.
Esteban Gota.
He DNF'd 6 times. It's not his fault. It's not his fault. So, saying all that, I did actually vote for Esteban, so I don't know what I'm arguing about.
I mean, Pierre's a good driver. I won't argue that.
I think Pierre's good.
There.
Yeah, I think Pierre's very, very good. I think Pierre is actually just unlucky. I don't know how you quantify that.
The one redeeming quality about AlphaTauri, and then now they replaced him with Nick DeFries.
Nick. Yay. We'll see how he does.
Dude, I love that guy. He's my favorite.
Never. All right, so we have Pierre and Esteban. Okay. So I wrote Esteban. I didn't write Esteban Goton. I think he's a definite mid-tier con.
Esteban Goton.
I think he's okay. I think he's fine. I don't see him winning a championship anytime soon. So I am gonna put Norris. I think Norris is a pretty goddamn good driver in general. I think Norris is good. Piastri, I think he'll be great. I think Piastri will be fucking phenomenal.
Eaton's famous, bro.
Yeah, because he always invites me every stream. You're right. All right, so we both put Norris. It's gonna suck when we pick the same driver for every single one of these, and we just have no differences. I mean, I guess the problem is that a lot of these are just really obvious picks. Okay. So for Zhou and Bottas, I think there's another very obvious grab here.
I think Bottas is gonna win, but I think it'll be pretty close.
Yeah, I'm gonna be weird. I am gonna pick Zhou. I think he showed a lot of promise. I think if he doesn't get immensely unlucky this year, because he literally DNF'd maybe 45 times. Like he fucking had
times.
He had a terrible, terrible year. He had a terrible, terrible year. And he performed well. For a rookie, he did really, really good. And he was getting fast by the end of the year.
He did, and we thought he wasn't going to do good, too.
No, I thought he was just going to be a pay driver. But he's a class talent. I'm glad I was wrong. I'm glad he's a real driver. You know? Aston Martin, I think this is... Honestly, I think this is the most uneven duo. Like on the realist note. There's a close one at the bottom. There's one that I think is also uneven. But I think
two very close. Actually, I think there's the bottom three are pretty damn close.
No, I'm gonna say Albon is going to probably. All right, well, can we go ahead and do Williams? Can we skip to it? Yeah. I think Albon is going to curb stomp Logan.
Yeah, I put Albon in there as well.
Yeah, I think Logan doesn't stand a chance.
I don't think Albon is a Williams tier driver. I don't think Albon should be in that car. Albon in another car, I would really love to watch Albon and Lando fuck around and find out and the McLaren together.
I think I think McLaren would be a good grab for him. But I am gonna be that guy. He did get his Red Bull shot, and that's why Checo's in the car. So they know something we don't. But I wouldn't mind him being in another fast car. This is my least favorite team, I think, right now, like driver-wise, because it's just like some old fuck who's had a billion chances. Yeah.
Oh, Haas. Yeah, dude.
Some old fuck who's had a trillion chances and literally has never lived up to the potential he's apparently got. And then K-Mag, who I like, but I don't think he gives a fuck. Like, there's just a
K-Mag is here to fucking catch a check, bro.
Yeah, I feel like K-Mag, honestly, for like the second half of the year, just didn't fucking care enough to show up.
I feel like they honestly should have kept Mick, because even though Mick was expensive, like, he's going to learn regardless.
Mick,
I think he's a good driver, bro. I mean, he won F2.
He did win F2.
He just needs to learn the limit of the shitty fucking car.
Mick's issue is that he's a very slow learner of cars. He always has been. It took him a couple years to win F2, which isn't the worst thing in the world, but like, you get people like Max. No, Max didn't even do F2. What am I talking about? You get people like Piastri who just show up and immediately fucking get it. Charles Leclerc got it. I think they won. Russell also bodied F2. So clear. I don't think Mick was the next level world-ending talent ever, but I do think Mick was much, much better than Haas ever gave him the chance to be. And I think it is unfortunate. I'm glad Mercedes has grabbed him. Hopefully he can get in a car one day. Who'd you write down for K-Mag and Hülkenberg?
K-Mag, because once again, I fucking hate that Hülkenberg guy.
I think K-Mag is a lot faster. I'll be honest, I did choose Joe just so it wasn't completely even down the way. I actually think it's gonna be Boss Ass, but it's fine. AlphaTauri, Yuki, and DeVries.
I picked Nick.
You also picked Nick?
Yeah.
God damn it. I don't think Yuki's very good.
I don't either. I hate to be that guy.
Every time I don't know, Yuki in general has also been ruined for me, and it's not for anything that makes sense. It's because there was some F1 like promo video they put out on their YouTube channel, and it was like them comparing heights. It was them like ranking each other by heights or some shit. At one point, at the very end of it, they were like the shortest drivers, and they cut to Fernando, and they were like, and he was like, wait, who's the shortest? And they were like, it's Yuki, and he goes, oh, Yuki, and just like.
Then you.
Good.
Then good old Yuki.
Yuki.
So I don't know how you fucked up this one. I did check your sheet. So this is what race or what 2 races will have the most DNFs throughout the year.
I put 3.
And you wrote 3. I don't know which they were. That's okay. So I did a calculated. So the way this is going to work, right? Let's say 3 people are out in one of the races we pick. Monza happens. George Russell takes a left at the nearest right, and then he gets 4 drivers out. So that will give me 12 points if I put down Monza.
Like miraculously, like that's exactly what I was gonna say.
Yeah. He's just been
George
doing it a lot.
Russell's so gonna muscle his way into the fucking left barrier there.
Yeah,
and
bro.
no, he's gonna go straight.
He's gonna
bro.
straight at the Monza chicane.
Yeah, exactly.
He's gonna take the first exit.
And he's gonna come out in first, bro.
Yes, he will.
First after.
He'll be first and last as the remaining drivers. So the 2 F1 races I wrote that are going to have the most DNFs, I put Miami because I think that track is dog shit. I think that track sucks. Hey, Miami's awful. I hope they get rid of it next year, like to that degree. I don't have too many tracks where I just like really want them to ditch it. I think Miami was a cool experiment and a failure. So let's get rid of it. We have too many F1 races in America now anyways. Miami, and I also wrote Baku because Baku sometimes goes crazy. It's early enough in the year that people still make weird mistakes and the cars aren't totally reliable and sorted yet. So you get weird problems like cars just exploding. And it's also hot, fully on throttle. I think Baku is going to have a fuck ton of DNFs. I think everybody's going to blow up. What'd you write?
I picked Monaco.
Okay. Ooh. Ooh. I didn't even really consider Monaco like that.
I'm going to go with Las Vegas actually here. Las Vegas GP.
So you're taking Vegas and you're literally gambling on it. That could be the most boring track in the world. We don't know. Okay, I like the idea.
That's why. I think it is going to be.
In theory, I think this is the one that could end up winning the whole thing. Right? I think we made enough similar picks that this could be crazy. This could pop off. Because Monaco could literally just be a fucking 4-car pileup and have other DNFs in between. Or Monaco could have literally no DNFs and be the most boring race of the year.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's hard to know. I think this is an important one. We'll mark this one with a little star. All right, let's just do it one at a time because this is a big deal. Do you want to start from the bottom, actually? I feel like the bottom is...
Yeah, I'm cool with that.
Yeah, let's start at the bottom. All right, I claim magenta. So for 10th, I have written Williams. I think I've talked about it a lot, but I think as a team, oh, what the fuck did I just do? I think as a team, they're in just like oodles of trouble literally all the time. I think next year they have a pretty good chance of being good because of their new team principal coming straight from Mercedes. He knows what a good team is supposed to look like. And I think he can do a lot to change the culture and the work environment there. But that's this year, and he's got a lot. He's got a lot to fucking do.
Precisely why I'm going with Ross Brawn GP.
Okay, so you've picked AlphaTauri because they're literally for sale.
They're for sale, and they are going to get purchased by Ross Brawn. And then there's going to be some miraculous rule change, and then AlphaTauri Ross Brawn GP is going to be the craziest fucking... My bad, I'm sorry.
Color do you
Red
want?
Bull AlphaTauri Ross Brawn GP is going to be...
Zero sugar edition.
Zero sugar is going to be fucking insane.
Italian Red Bull. What color? What color are you?
Green.
Green? Greer. Okay.
Gabe Green.
Or wait. Alpha Tauri. I think. I'm scared about these. I'm kind of confident in the Williams pick, but I'm concerned at the fact that it does look a little faster this year. And I am also concerned that I think Nick DeVries is a better driver than Yuki. I don't think he's that much better.
Okay, here, no. You're right. He definitely is better than Yuki Tsunoda. Do you know? I don't think he's better than Pierre Gasly.
No, I also think I would also. Maybe this is a lunatic take. I would put. Why did I vote for Esteban? I don't believe in this. I lied. I'm looking at this. I don't believe in that at all. I think Pierre, on a real note, is like one of the top 5.
Liar.
I did lie. I think Pierre is like one of the top 5 drivers on the grid. Is that a freak take? Is that dumb? I think Pierre. Okay, I'm gonna own it. I think it's like Lewis.
Just wait till Esteban Goton slaughters him.
Yeah,
bro.
I think it's like no, it won't happen. I think they'll kill each other long before then.
Wait. Do you hear that?
What?
Man, that's Esteban Goton.
When have you been an Esteban fan?
Dude, always.
Since when?
Bro, he's a fucking goat, bro.
Why? Where did this come from? Where did this Esteban? You need to buy. Okay,
dude, I told you, bro.
You have to buy,
here, bro. The takes are here.
You have to buy Esteban merch. If Pierre wins, you have to buy Esteban merch.
I will get an Esteban shirt that like is zoomed in on his face and is just like fully like pixelated his fucking face, just on, and I'll just wear it. I'll wear it to like camping or just wherever, bro.
Ooh, you know what? Actually, it would be like good. The loser has to wear a Nico Hulkenberg shirt.
Oh, that's a
from like his we have to go find a Force India shirt or something. Oh my
god, that's rough.
Something terrible. Okay, well, come on, that could be more fun than money. I don't like money. Okay.
Oh yeah, that would be fun for sure.
For number 9, I have picked AlphaTauri because I don't think they're very good either. I don't think they're gonna be last. I think they're gonna be really close. The only thing that I think Williams has underneath AlphaTauri is Sargent is very new. I think I think Rookie is gonna just bring that last little point. It's the point of like Williams and AlphaTauri are both going to be fighting for like 16th all year, and I think the team that's gonna get more out of it. Shit, but Albon's good.
Oh, well, okay. Let me ask you this: do you think that Sargent is going to be worse than Gotifi?
I think he's going to be much better out the gate. I don't even think it's close. I'll say this right now. Logan Sargent has the same amount of racing experience that Latifi does right now. That's not a shot on Latifi. Latifi just started racing when he was like 13. Latifi got started really, really late. I will be fair to Gotifi. Should he have been an F1? Probably not. Is he a bad driver? No. He just shouldn't have been an F1. I think he could do great in like a touring car series. I hope he goes somewhere. Or I hope he just fills up a fridge with Nutella and lives because he's rich as fuck. He literally never has to do anything ever again.
He is just rich.
Yeah. You know, his dad actually tried his dad was trying to purchase a team too. His dad was trying to be the next Stroll.
It's hilarious.
He was going to buy, I want to say Alfa Romeo. Maybe we get Latifi Enterprises instead of AlphaTauri. That'd be sick.
Hey, but Haas is going to be number 9.
Haas is number 9?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I'm actually, I'm not going to try and convince you, right? Because that just goes against the spirit of this. But I'll get to my reasoning for Haas. Actually, looking at my list right now, I think Haas is a little low. You're going to really question me for my next picks. So next up, why do you think Haas is going to be 9th? 9th is incredibly low. And as much as you may hate Magnussen and Hulkenberg.
It's not necessarily because like the drivers are bad. I just think that a lot of other cars are like better.
Really good right now.
Year.
Okay. I think that's it. I will say, I think 4th to literally 8th is kind of unpredictable right now. I literally just do not think we have the info at the moment. I don't know. I just think labeling Haas under Williams might be, I think that's bold. I think you're a little bold. We'll see. It could work out for you. So for 8th, I picked Haas though.
Yeah, mine's Williams.
Yeah. After talking all that good shit, I put Haas.
Oh, yeah.
And you put Williams for 8th?
Yep.
I don't think that's unreasonable.
If anything, I'll swap Haas and Williams, but I'm definitely keeping AlphaTauri on the bottom.
I don't know, man. We'll see. I think they could be the worst team this year very easily, but I think Williams just manages to not capitalize on anything. I think they do it so consistently. They had to pull out the most clever bullshit strategies. Do you remember, it was like really early on in the year, but do you remember that time where Albon literally didn't pit all race? And that was like the only way, and they got him into 10th. He literally like didn't pit. They pit him on the final lap. It worked, yeah. But they had to do that for 10th. You know? You see where I'm getting at? They have to put so much work in just to get a
the car's
point.
only gonna get better, bro. Promise.
The Williams is gonna get better? You're huffing more copium than I am, bro. You're huffing some copium. So here's where I'm gonna start huffing some real ass copium. So for 7th, I've put McLaren.
What in the fuck?
No. Listen. They have a rookie. They have a rookie, and if you've been watching testing, they don't look good. They don't look good, and they're the team that has had some mechanical issues. They're the team that has been in not high spirits. A lot of all the F1 media has been talking about it, where McLaren openly admits, like, we haven't hit our targets, we fucked up. I think if McLaren gets their shit in gear, I think it's going to take them a lot longer. I think the fall-off point is going to be Haas gets shit, McLaren gets good. I think that's going to be the shift, and I think it's going to be too late for McLaren.
Okay. I'm just astonished.
So you're going to shoot it.
122. I just had to look this up. Lando had 122 points. He had more points than fucking Aston Martin and Alfa Romeo combined.
I know, but the McLaren's worse this year. It's not the same car.
Okay. I may be eating my words here later on.
We'll see.
I think that's Romeo.
Who's your 7th?
Even though I think there'll be a rocket ship.
I think you're a lunatic. I actually do think you're a lunatic for that. Oh God, wait. No, you're not. Wait.
Yeah.
Dude, these 4 are so close.
They are.
These 4 are so close.
I kind of just was like, oh, let's see. I honestly kind of just put it down to drivers and the car that they were in, and honestly pretty much everything into it. Honestly, the Alfa Romeo pick was probably reliability, and honestly just last year seeing Joe DNF a whole lot.
I think reliability is the biggest issue for Alfa, but on the flip side of that, if they get reliability sorted, that car is dummy fast with a very, very fast driver and a getting better driver in Joe. I think he improved all year. I think he is hungry to win.
Also had 5 DNFs last year.
Mm-hmm. So imagine.
Yeah, that's 10 total.
Yeah.
It's 10 times you're not getting points.
Now, admittedly, I don't have that much faith in them because I've put them in 6th. I'm not crazy ahead with them.
I put Aston Martin there because
I'm actually going to. Dude, you haven't heard my shocking pick yet.
Oh God.
Okay.
It's like I said earlier, dude. It's gonna be fast, man. But I think they're gonna fucking destroy the car because it's gonna be so fast.
I'm also gonna say this. I think this would be a very different list if this was just a prediction for who's coming in these order. That was the one. That was the extra one that I was gonna talk about with you. If you want to do a separate list, like right now for Bahrain, we don't even have to count it, but just our prediction for Bahrain, who will come in what, just constructor wise, right?
All right.
We don't have to count it in this because I feel like that kind of, but yeah. For instance, the only reason I have Haas down here is because Haas traditionally gets really fucking bad by the end of the year because they just stop working on their car. What's up, Nate? But yeah, I think Haas is going to be 5th at the beginning of the season. I think they're going to be 5th, 4th, constructor wise for a minute. Because I actually reckon they have a shot at beating Merc.
Haas?
The beginning of the season, I really do. They were fast at Bahrain last year. K-Mag got fucking what, 5th? He did great. I think they have a chance. I think Merck will probably get him, but you know, lunatic. That's my lunatic take. That's my bold
Okay,
take.
crazy,
Yeah.
but all right,
Yeah.
we'll roll with it.
I'm talking about like for Bahrain exclusively.
As a Lewis
After
fan,
that,
you're
Haas.
fucking
I'm smoking dick.
smoking wiener.
Listen. Again, Haas starts high. The second race is a cliff. That shit is gone. Because every other team is what's new. We're doing a little predictions. That's what's new, baby. What's new with you, bro? The day, crazy. So what's your sixth pick? I'm sorry, I don't remember if we even said
Aston
it.
Martin, brother, man.
You did say Aston. Ooh. Yeah.
And my fifth is going to be.
Oh, what's new? Okay. Who's your fifth? Yeah.
I'm actually going to change this from my list. I'm actually going to choose McLaren here.
You're gonna choose McLaren here?
Yes, I am going to choose McLaren here.
So you think they're gonna come where they came last year?
I do.
So if you think, why not fourth if you think they're actually gonna be fast? Do you think the Alpine is gonna be that good?
Dude, that Alpine is going to be.
They do have a star team. I
Dude,
think,
because you have to think, like, even though Fernando Alonso was like a god, like, it's like you just said, you think Pierre Gasly is in your top 5, so.
No, I know. I think
say?
Alpine's going to be fast. But I think there's one problem with the Alpine. One big honking issue. I don't think that car's going to be that good. Which is why I put them in fifth. Admittedly. I think they'll be good. I don't know. Maybe. Wait, I wrote the wrong thing. I wrote you as McLaren. I lied. I've written Alpine. Sorry. And then you have told me McGarren.
McGarren. Absolute McGarren-y.
Yeah. So, all right. I think. I don't know. That's so hard to tell. I feel like 7th through 4th is going to have a lot in it. I feel it.
Definitely.
I feel Formula 1.5 this year is going to be pretty fun. It's going to be a lot of fun. It was fun last year too, honestly.
Oh yeah, without a doubt.
Alpine and McLaren had a constant battle all year. Thankfully, thanks Ricardo. You really brought some excitement.
Huh.
Jesus Christ. But yeah.
Really fucking bend it for us, bud.
So for 4th, here we go. I can't reasonably say that they'll be any higher than this. I think Aston is here, baby. I am huffing the Fernando copium. Literally, I'm saying this as Stroll is going to be out for the first race with fucking broken wrists. So maybe
Alpine all day, every day, bro.
Yeah.
Get out of here.
I think
Gang.
I think Aston Martin. I think this, because do you know what they've done that you haven't factored in? Do you know who they have on their team? Lance Stroll's dad. And that man lives seemingly by one code in Formula One. Great artists don't create, Gabe. They steal. Have you seen the Aston? Looks an awful lot like last year's Red Bull. And I remember that one being pretty fast. Do you remember when he bought Racing Point? Do you remember how it looked exactly like the Mercedes?
Bro, my thing is like, I don't know. If Seb isn't fast in the car last year, I don't think Fernando will be terribly faster in the car this year.
But I would say Seb was fast for at least some races.
Dude, they were fast in fucking qualifying.
You and I remember the season differently.
I'm pretty sure.
I remember them
practice or qualifying. They put
I
out
remember
banger
they were
laps.
fast in quali, or they were fast in practice, had shit
practice,
qualies, and had good
there
race
you go.
pace. They had good race pace most every time. I do think that, but all signs point. I am just labeling this off of practice, off of testing, I guess. So who fucking knows? I really could be smoking ass here. That Aston looks good this year. It looks considerably better, and there has been constant talk behind the scenes that next year's Aston, aka this one, should be a lot faster. They've put nothing but resources into it. So I have faith, and I think it looks pretty. So, you know,
Does look good.
get fucked. Get fucked.
Oh yeah.
Okay, who'd you put fourth? Alpine? I think that could be a really good...
Yeah.
I think that could be a really, really good take, actually. I think it comes down to the car. I don't think that's anything to do with the drivers at all. I think if that car is, like, somewhat good, the drivers are going to get everything out of it. Two veterans of the series, I think they can get a lot out. And here I think is the easiest picks, actually.
Definitely.
Unless you're on more crack than I am. So I've written Mercedes for number 3.
Yeah, I have as well.
I just-
probably have the same
yeah.
ones for these.
Yeah, I just don't. Let me think. Yeah, Mercedes, Ferrari, Red Bull.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'll just go ahead and get this written out.
But yeah, I mean, it's just, I don't know. The Mercedes doesn't look fantastic right now. The Red Bull looks fantastic.
I think the Red Bull looks.
Signs is the hindrance to Ferrari. More so
I
than
think
Checo is to Red Bull.
Carlos. I think now with Carlos getting a year of Ferrari under his belt and getting the comfort, Ferrari. I just don't think the Ferrari is as fast as the Red Bull right now. Hopefully, it's going to be the opposite of last year, where Ferrari looked really, really strong at the gate, and then Red Bull falls off. But I just don't really see that happening.
Would be crazy if Red Bull fell off like that.
The reports that I've heard about the way the Ferrari is going is that they've seen last year's car and they chopped off some downforce, and it's supposed to be the fastest car in the straights. That's what I've read, which could honestly mean better in a race. But I've heard that in the corners it kind of suffers. So
There wasn't a whole lot of porpoising, which was cool.
there was a whole lot, or there wasn't a whole lot. You said
Wasn't.
no, there wasn't a lot. The only team I saw with any porpoising was actually Alpine. Seemed to be struggling with it a little bit, although only on like day 1, so it's probably mostly sorted. Ooh, we had a lot of differences for this. Holy shit!
This is probably my thing at every race, honestly.
Yeah, we're gonna be looking back at this for that